Now my plan here is to try and have this adjusted so that it's going to be at 90 degrees to the airbrush. In other words, I won't be spraying around on the sides, only straight down on the deck. And the idea is that the sides I want to have painted the same light gray as the funnel that this is going to be mounted up against. At least that's the plan. It looks as though I'm putting it on a little bit on the thick side, but if you watch the yellow on the masking tape and you watch it slowly disappearing and turning gray, and that's what I was basically watching. And when I got it to the place where all around the outside it was solid gray, I knew I'd got the inside. So yeah, I don't think I put it on too heavy. Well, maybe just a little bit. It was at about this point in my spraying that I suddenly realized I was missing the top. And you'll notice that the yellow in the tape slowly starts disappearing, and it becomes solid. Okay, the airbrush is all cleaned up, and I would imagine by now this is probably, I'm guessing 50%, dry. I don't want to be doing any rubbing on it, just in case it's not. We'll wait a little while and then we'll stick on the macro lens and see how much of the texture of the deck we've lost. I'm guessing none. Well, it's got to be some. Now I'm rubbing pretty hard here. Okay, there's two things we want to check for, and that is, did we lose any definition off of the top? And also, did any of the masking tape stick on the bottom? My goodness, I almost expect to hear the theme from Batman start up. Anyway, look at our tape here. You can see where the plastic was, adhered to the tape right there. It's actually still a little sticky right there. But everywhere else, it, the mist, the overspray got underneath. Yeah. So this is where we're going to have to check on the part up near the top, because that's about the only place that it seemed that it was really stuck on hard. Okay, here now, am I seeing residue? No, that's not residue. That's where the sprue was attached to the part. Here, 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 and so on. I know it did look like residue at first. You know what? I'm going to put this under my microscope, and I'll take a real close look, and then I'll let you know. I'll be able to see if there's anything on there. Okay, I know what this tape gum looks like, and I know what plastic looks like. I am not seeing any tape. I'm not seeing any residue off the tape. Now, mind you, I've got to also, admit that there was a very small area, on the tape, but, it was on there for quite a while. And I did press it down really hard, if you remember. And I am not seeing anything that resembles residue. Okay, so that tape is good. What I'm doing here is I'm taking my strong spotlight and I'm moving it from side to side so that the detail will cast a shadow. And yeah, I'm quite satisfied the way this came out. It's certainly a lot better than it would have been had I used a brush. We have a lot of photo etch to get, like A51 here, the one that's in the center. Well, this is it right here. And you can see how they're going to go together. I think I'm just going to go ahead and get these little parts, and then we'll put them together later. Okay, I realized I said I wasn't going to show any photo etch, but you just got to see this. I just pulled this one here, B18, but we also need B17. I think a spider has thicker legs than this. Now I hope I don't bump anything out of a line here because I'm not looking in the monitor. Whoops. Guess that's what happens when you look at it with just one eye. Okay, now I'm going to turn it around and do the other four. Okay. Now, how do we lift this out of here without bending it? Oops. Okay, where's my skinny tweezers? Okay, I think I got it. Oh my goodness. I'll be very lucky if I can get that on in the right place without wrecking it. I think that this one is beyond me, actually. Yeah, I think this one is beyond my skill level. But I will try. I am going to give this one a 10 all of its own. Hey, it even made a little noise. Now, except for the Daddy Longlegs one that you just saw, get that in there so it's in the field of view. This one here is the only one that needs to be bent. And I'm just wondering if it's too small for Andy's bending machine. Well, I guess we'll soon find out, right? You may recall about 2 or 3 episodes ago I said this. Like, look at the mechanism here. They would turn the spotlight on this side. That would mean if there was 8 of these, there'd be 8 of these things. Well, I was wrong. One of the viewers sent me a message and said, hey, that's got nothing to do with the light. It's to do with the crane. And so I re-looked at it, and sure enough, and I actually found a picture here. And yeah, I should have known better. You wouldn't need something that heavy-duty just to turn a light. This is our B18, this piece right here. And here's our little piece of photo etch that has to be bent. And you can clearly see where it has to be bent in 4 different places. And I think this little, I know I'm not zoomed in all the way, but there's a little bit of a tab right there, you might call it. And it has to go in this slot here. And I'm wondering if I can see a close-up of this in Stefan's book. Now I know that this does show up in Stefan's book, because I was looking a little while ago, one of the viewers mentioned that this top area here gets painted silver, at least on the real ship. So I want to see if I can find some photos that kind of indicate that, how far down the silver is supposed to go, and so on. Anyway, let's see if we can find it in Stefan's book. Okay, the funnel area basically starts here at page 140. And there are not a lot of photos. Okay, we got this one here, and you can sort of see that little box up there. I'll zoom in later. Here again you can see it. You can clearly see that daddy long-legged spidery thing that I've got to put on. I wonder what that was for anyway. I wonder if maybe it was designed in such a way that they could put a tarp or something over the top when it wasn't in use. But that doesn't make sense. I can imagine there was always something coming out of the, they'd always have something going on. Not maybe the main boilers, but they'd have something going. I'm just thinking out loud here again. Yeah. Okay, I think that's it for the funnel. Anyway, I know I've said this before, but I cannot overemphasize enough how if you're building a model of the Bismarck, you gotta have this book. It's just chock full of all kinds of stuff that you're going to be interested in. Okay, once again, I realize I've greatly overexposed this. However, if I didn't, you wouldn't see the detail in all this dark area here, which is the important stuff. You can sort of see what it's supposed to be there. It's supposed to sort of slope forward. It almost looks like it's hollow. So I don't know what's going on there. Okay, let's see if we can take advantage of these little various sized fingers. Okay, you can see in the center there's the 3 fingers. They're sort of like what I call a small, a medium, and a large. Well, we'll see which one's going to fit. I got a feeling the large is going to be the one. I haven't tried it yet, so we'll soon know. No, that's too big. Okay, got to get a different pair of tweezers here. Now here's a thought. I wonder how this little blue tack thingy that I made up would work. Would that be better? Or not? I've got to turn it. Okay, something like right there. It looks pretty close. Now if I bring it down, okay, yeah, that might do it. Alright, I've turned it almost 90 degrees, and I'm going to do my very best to not accidentally slide this out of your field of view. All I want to do now is I want to bend this one up so it's 90 degrees or perpendicular. Okay, like, oh Andy, I'm sorry I'm scratching your machine. Okay, now I'm going to swing it around and we'll do the other one. Maybe I don't need to swing it around. Let's see what would happen here. Can I get this underneath from the back? Okay. Now you should notice that piece that we just bent up, those 2 pieces, they're approximately at about a 45-degree angle, so this does not have to go all the way up. It'll only go up until can't talk and work at the same time. That looks pretty good, actually. Let's release that and see what it looks like. Okay. I can see it good. I don't know if you can. So now this little part that has the tongue on it, it has to fold up probably 90 degrees to the surface here. Okay, now I think if I take my jeweler's screwdriver and hold it down with that, right there, like that, put a little pressure on, try not to spit on it. Oops. Is it still in your field of view? Yeah, not bad. See if I can turn it so you can see it happening. This is half the fun, you know, for me to see if I can't video what I'm doing. Alright, let's set it on the other photo etch piece and see if it kind of mates together there. I wonder what it looks like the other way up. Come on. There. Maybe I'll turn this around. There, can you see it better now? Alright. You know, I've never used CA thin on photo etch, and I'm going to try it out. That way it's not going to make a big glob on there. Now, if this thing is the way I think it is, this one here will be the center one. And it should be just slightly longer than these other two outside ones because it's got to go in here, right? And these ones here, they're all identical. They're all the exact same number. So it doesn't matter, you know, which order they go into or which way they go around this way. But I got a feeling this is the center one. And okay, so that would go, this center one would drop down onto the other two, I believe. You can't really tell from the picture, you just sort of have to look at it sort of like almost like some sort of a puzzle. But you know, I had to go out and do some shopping and stuff this morning, so the day is pretty well gone. I'm going to close this episode off. We'll do the CA thing tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and all being well, we will see you tomorrow.